Why hello! Welcome to my garden! If you're new here, my name's David, and I'm a cactus and succulent grower located in Northern California. If you like touring drought-tolerant gardens, you've come to the right place. It's late spring, and I have a few plants flowering right now that I've never shown before, so I thought we could go on a stroll through the garden and take a look. This is a Wheels on Fire ice plant. It's pretty much always flowering, so it's made it into my tours several times. In here, on this cactus, a yellow-spined version of Cleistocactus strausii, I recently noticed that it's pushing up a new branch from the base. So it now has 3 growth points from what started out as a broken cactus without a crown. The plant with the orange flowers is Leonotis Leonurus, or lion's tail. It has nice dark green leaves, which are evergreen in my climate, though with harder frosts this plant will die back. It's certainly a drought-tolerant plant, though I find it wants a bit more water than most of the other plants in my garden. This plant is known for its medicinal properties, and I recently learned that in its native South Africa, they call this plant wild Dagga. And for those of you not familiar with South African slang, Dagga is a word for cannabis. This plant can be dried and smoked and is said to have similar effects as THC, though not as potent. Apparently, possession of this plant is illegal in Latvia and Poland, so beware of that to any ethnobotanists in these countries. Next, we have a Grevillea. Grevilleas are native to Australia, and there are quite a few different species, and more hybrids are coming on the market all the time. This is a cultivar named King's Fire, and as you can see, right now it's ablaze with these red flowers. I love the fine texture of the leaves, which is a nice contrast to all the wider leaf plants in the garden like agaves and aloes. This is the second year for this plant in my garden, and as you can see, it's finally starting to mature and put on a show right now. This particular cultivar is reported to be a frequent bloomer. I have 2 of these planted in my garden, and they don't seem to be following the same blooming schedule as the other one is only starting to bud up right now. Let's continue down the path. This Euphorbia has a couple nice bloom stalks. The plant down here with the lavender colored flowers is a fruity germander. The plant really does smell fruity, and not just the flowers, the entire plant does. When you rub your hands against the plant, your hands will pick up the fragrance. You can see the honeybees also seem to enjoy this plant. In this bed, I have this tiny Opuntia that I accidentally stepped on last year, and all of the leaves broke off. I was surprised when I first noticed this new growth coming up from the roots this spring. Here are some recent additions. These are some Trichocereus hybrids that I started from seed. They are still quite small, but I thought I would give them a try here. They have been here a few weeks already and still look pretty good, but we'll see if they make it through the hottest part of the summer. Then down by the walkway, I see I have a Rebutia starting to bloom. This one periodically blooms throughout the year with these vermilion flowers. I also really like the dark spines on this variety. On the other side of the path, we have an Aloe karasbergensis. It's still quite young, and this is the first time it's bloomed for me. I've really been enjoying this aloe. It has very interesting leaves, and I like how the flowers come out with lots of branching. These are pine needle milkweed. This is the same milkweed family that monarch butterflies rely on. This species is native to the Mojave and Sonoran deserts, so make a great addition to desert gardens. I have a few of these planted throughout my garden, and they all periodically bloom throughout the year, and I've not noticed any seasonality to their blooming. Next, I wanted to show you another recent addition. This Euphorbia flanaganii, Medusa's head. I've seen this plant in other gardens in my area, so it should be able to handle this position. I noticed some of its snakes have died back due to the stress of transplant, but I think it will eventually settle in and start turning people to stone in no time. Next, let's take a quick look at the sunbed. This bed doesn't change too quickly, but I have noticed on this little cactus down here that babies have started to sprout. Over here is a teddy bear cholla. Its massive spines is what gives it a soft appearance, but this is not the kind of teddy bear I would want to snuggle with. The spines on this cactus are quite formidable, and I'm always very cautious around this plant. I think the common name should instead be the grizzly bear cactus, as she will come for you if you don't keep your distance. And lastly, I wanted to show you my Palo Verde Desert Museum, which is in full bloom right now. I absolutely love this tree for the desert garden. Its bright yellow flowers really brighten up the late spring landscape. Late last year, this tree sprouted a new shoot from the base of the tree. It crossed my mind that this tree may be grafted and that the shoot is from the rootstock, which is not the Desert Museum hybrid. It of course grew very fast, and I eventually did determine that it was in fact from the rootstock, as the leaves were a bit different and it had spines, while Desert Museum is a spineless variety of Palo Verde. So I did eventually cut off this growth, and you can see how large I had let it get before I did. The next time I see a shoot from the base like this, I'll be sure to prune it off right away. Thanks so much for stopping by and taking a stroll through my garden. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope to see you in the comments. Bye!